Naka, Namaste and good evening. You're watching Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan. Tonight we are talking about a very important issue that has affected many families. And when we talk about this issue, we know that any one of you watching would have had a friend or a family member who has been affected by this. We're talking about breast cancer. And this month is Pinktober. A whole lot of awareness campaigns comes during the month of October, and we continue to stress it is not just about the month. It is about every day that we need to be continuing to look at these issues that affect our people. Whether we are doing enough, what is not happening the right way, do we need to do more, how we need to get our campaigns going out in an effective manner. How can we help those who may be diagnosed? How do you get a diagnosis? What do you do after that? How can you prevent it? All these issues, because before we started the show, and when I spoke to a few people about us talking about breast cancer, they were saying they want to know why there's so many cases emerging. So in studio tonight, we have Alumita Bera, who's a nurse and also the project facilitator for Fiji Cancer Society. And we have Farnia Simion, who's a breast cancer survivor and also an advocate for Fiji Cancer Society. So to both women, thank you very much for availing yourself this evening to talk to our people about this very important issue. Let's talk about Pinktober first, Alumita. What type of support is coming through for this initiative?
Thank you, Vijay. For Pinktober, the support we get is mostly from individuals and from organizations, business houses. Those are the people and individuals that are supporting us for this Pinktober, for this month of October, where we try and raise awareness on breast cancer and help people. You know, we've been doing this for years, and what we realize that people now have the information. People are aware of what can happen, but we're not seeing any action. There's not much action happening. That's why the theme for this year's Pinktober is awareness into action.
That's an important one. Awareness, as we know, for years, we've had this Pinktober month, and also a lot of offices and other workplaces and even families are aware of this. But the concerning thing is about action. I'll ask you, Farnia, you being a breast cancer survivor, do you think there's enough awareness out there now?
To my understanding, Fiji Cancer Society should do more awareness outdoor. Like those people in the island, they need this society to come to them in action. And because some mothers outside there, they don't know the full body of their body. They don't know what's inside their body. And some young mothers has been taking their life only for cancer. Not breast cancer, cervical cancer, and all of this. But they're still young. But if this Fiji Cancer Society can reach them out there, I think it can minimize a little bit of this sickness, rising of this sickness.
No doubt, Fiji Cancer Society has its own struggles. What are some of the struggles that the Cancer Society is facing?
Honestly, I would like to say that we do not get any direct funding from government. The money we get from government is through grants. We have to apply, and it's up to the people who will say yes and the no. If they say yes, then we will get that grant. If not, then we'll have to look elsewhere. It's the generosity of the people of Fiji, the individuals who show up in the office and sometimes give a $20 note or maybe a $10 note. There are families that, who've had their family member, who lost a family member to cancer. They come in and they donate because they know how much suffering their family member has gone through. We've had organizations and companies, business houses that do a fundraising, like the biggest morning tea, Fiji's biggest morning tea. That's when the companies, they host the morning tea and they put out a donation can. That's how we fund our program. So we would like to reach the islands. We are limited because of the funding that we depend on the generosity of the people of Fiji to help us make it happen.
So that's an interesting point right there. We have Fiji Cancer Society representative and a nurse who knows that what's needed out there. So agreeing with you that we need to be on the ground, but funding seems to be the issue. So as a concerned citizen, what's your message to the people out there in terms of funding and the need to get Cancer Society on the ground?
We have to help each other. Like my example is one of our cancer patients. She passed away like last year, 2 years ago. But she's supposed to go to India to do a surgery there or operation there. But she lack of funding. She lack of, like funding from the family and support from the family for that affair. And we start calling each other and I arrange the fundraising for her. I call one of my niece. She's owning this band, which is called the Three Hearts Band. So I call them to come to support this survivor. But in this case too, we still can help survivors. Like, because myself, I'm the survivor. And I know what suffering and what I face for cancer. And I know what she's been through. When she called me, and I don't have any fear in going to overseas for my treatment. So I just pray for that with my husband. And then I called back again to her and I tell her that I can help you. In somehow I can help you. But not that big amount of money, what you wanted. So I arranged the cover barrel for her. That night, the family too, they came, support this cover barrel, which I organized. And the amount we raised that night is 800 something. But I think us survivors and the family members, we have to help each other in this kind of, because going treatment to overseas need a lot of money. Because a lot of government, they never come in this situation. When we ask government for help, no. Even Fiji Cancer Society, there's no fund from the government. So we have to help each other. In family situation, like us, we're facing a lot family problems. Some mothers, they having this cancer and they left from their husband. And she have to maintain that sickness with her within a period of long time. And no support especially from the husband. So us survivors, sorry that I...
No, go ahead.
That's how I can top up, how can we support and how can we fund this situation. If Fiji Cancer Society, they don't have fund from the government and all of this. But as survivors, we can help. We can step in and help our sisters in this. That's how I do it to my sister. But sadly, she passed away last 2 years. She reached India, but she never get any treatment there. She reached there and the next day she passed away. But the faster we can support it, maybe when she go earlier to India, she can get the treatment earlier. But like the funding from the family, they are so lack of support to her.
Let's talk about testing. Are testing facilities readily available? Are women coming out more to get tested? Do they feel that it is a requirement that they should do that? What are you seeing as a nurse and as an advocate?
One thing that I feel is a drawback is that girls or women are shy to come to the medical centers to expose themselves for an exam. So what we do when we go out for awareness, we teach them how to do self-breast examination. That's what we teach them when we go out. So that they can, because we would like to encourage them to come as early as they can, as soon as they feel a lump. Even if the lump is as small as a lemon seed, they should come forward. But the drawback here is financial. And sometimes people are aware, but they are too scared to come because of the fear that if I go and they tell me and the doctor tells me that I have cancer, it's like a death sentence when people hear the word cancer. So that's why we're working with survivors to share their stories, because they've survived. The earlier they come, the faster we can treat. There's more chances for treatment and there's more chances for survival. So yes, there is a drop. Our youngest breast cancer patient registered with us at the Cancer Society is 16 years old. So that's very young. So, it's not only affecting women who have had babies, but it's also affecting the teenage girls. That's one of the things we think is that because they are shy to come and expose themselves again, we're trying to encourage a friendly environment where they can come and feel free to show us their breasts,
Farnia.
Some of these, I'm sorry, Vijay, some of these mothers get diagnosed when they are pregnant, when they come for clinic, and then we check and then we find something.
So they haven't come in for a cancer test, but because of pregnancy.
Yes.
So when a woman is pregnant, when they go through the clinics, cancer tests are also conducted.
Also do breast check. But one thing we are noticing now, because of the awareness that we are doing, more and more women are coming up to ask for breast exams. The companies, the houses, the business houses we go to, we also ask for a room where we can do examination on the spot, breast exams on the spot. So some companies, some business houses are providing that for us to be able to do that service.
Funny, I was just about to ask in terms of testing early. Let's hear about your story on how you discovered that you had breast cancer and when.
Yeah. Thank you for the beautiful question. I was diagnosed during the COVID, but in 2019. That time I was carrying too. I was 9 months pregnant. And they can't do any surgery or any operation to me because I was pregnant that time. So COVID came and it's been dragged, like my surgery appointments, it's been dragged. And I stay home and it's not allowed to move from house to house. So what we did, my husband, he went and called one Fijian lady one by one to massage me. Even myself, we take a walk. If the police officers, they are not in the road patrolling, we take a walk to one, like a few houses, and then this lady staying in that. So 3 days there, the pain's still there. Then we move on. We keep on going for herbal medicine and massaging. I did that. The pain's still there, never cured. And lately, I told him I have to go to hospital just for checkup because my one side start pink and like black in color. And I think my blood is not good when I see this color. And I didn't know I'm having cancer. Only I know like the milk is not coming. My baby never pressed in my left breast. So my nipple too is not coming out. But that's all the symptoms of breast cancer. But I didn't aware of that. I keep on going for herbal medicines and massaging. And that day we went to Nuffield Health Center. As soon as this doctor saw me and he was doing, you in pain. And then I told him that my left breast is really pain. So he told me, lie down, I want to have a check on you. But you true, the shyness, as ladies, but he's a male doctor, so he was telling me, you want a female doctor to come, a female nurse, and then I agree for that, yes. Because of the shyness we have, So this female nurse came. When she saw everything there, and she told the doctor that I'm not okay. Everything is swollen big. So the doctor want to see it, prove it from the eyes. And I said, okay. When I opened my door, and he said, I book you now to breast clinic. That's how I started. And then the next day, I went to clinic.
So just, you had already given birth?
Already give birth.
So you
And
said
it's been dragged,
when on the 9th month, when you said that an analysis was made, that's before
like
giving
I
birth?
was carrying, I didn't know I'm having cancer.
So you only found out when you went to this health center?
Yes.
Okay. So in your case, there was no test conducted for breast cancer during pregnancy?
No.
Okay. So it's not a requirement that it has to be done, or it's...
I don't think it's a requirement right now. Yeah. It's up to the person that's examining the...
But I don't feel it while I'm carrying.
Yeah.
I don't have the lump, that kind, I don't have it. But when I give birth and then I start breastfeeding, and I found out this one is not normal. So my baby don't want to breastfeed on my left breast. So I don't give my breast to him because I notice my nipple is not there. So I just do it like that, and I put all herbal medicine too.
So where did the idea come from for you to use herbal medicine and massage, thinking that will fix it?
The family, when we call here and there, even the advice from the families, my aunties, even my husband's families, go and visit Ney, go and she can touch in that Fijian ways. Those are family, they can touch everything gone. So we take a walk to them, because just in the same village, but we have to take a walk to them. But still I can't get any treatment in all those herbal medicine and all those massaging, never.
The issue about cases, are the cases increasing? Everybody says we can feel that there's more cases every year. You have statistics this year compared to last year, or the increases?
The number of patients registered each year is increasing. Yes, that's even for cancers in total. But for breast cancer alone, that's the highest number we have. When you look at all the cancer patients that are registered with us, the two highest are breast cancer and cervical cancer. One thing that is also lacking here in Fiji is people think that breast cancer only affects women. They don't realize that breast cancer also affects men. So the number of people coming in for being registered as breast cancer patients are mostly women. So now, because of the awareness that we're doing, we're also showing, letting people know that men, anyone who has a breast can have breast cancer. For men, if I can just continue on with this, women, they will come and say, okay, my breast is getting big, the color is changing, the nipples are pulling in, because of the growth that's growing inside is pulling the nipple inwards. And for women, it can be missed because of the milk bags and the muscles in the breast. But for men, because there's not much, there's no milk bags and not so much muscles in the breast area, it's easy to find a lump. So men will come quickly to say, I have a lump, I have a boil. They will think it's a boil, but then when we do the test, then we find that it's cancer. But for women, yes, the number is also increasing. I just didn't bring the statistics, sorry. The number is increasing, and we have a higher number of breast cancers compared to the cervical cancer in Fiji. Yeah. Can I just say something about herbal medicine? One thing we find with breast cancers in Fiji, women tend to go for herbal medicine. They can be in the hospital, and then they will opt to go home. They will sign their discharge and want to go home. And when they go home, they use herbal medicine. They use traditional healers. And then when it doesn't help, then they come back to the hospital. When they come back, the breast looks like a breadfruit that you tabu on the fire. Breadfruit that is cooked on open fire. Because it's all pus and swollen, and it's a big round ball that is just too painful. So people do go for herbal medicine, and sometimes that is also the drawback that one of the challenges that we have is when people when women they see the signs of breast cancer, they go for herbal treatment, they go for traditional healers. Because for cancer, once it's diagnosed, the cancer cells, when they start when they start multiplying, when they start multiplying and growing inside the tissue, they will never stop, because cancer does not sleep. We say cancer does not sleep. Cancer does not respect anyone. Cancer does not respect who the person is, whether it's a chief or a pastor or the prime minister or a person in the street. When the cancer cell starts working and starts developing, it's going to continue. So when they opt to go home and not listen to the doctor's treatment or the doctor's advice, that's when it gets worse.
Let's talk about herbal medicine, because you were in that situation. Definitely you feel vulnerable as well. You have this fear on what's happening. You shared earlier that a lot of women do not understand their body well when things start changing. So is fear also a cause of trying to find a solution and turning to something which may make things worse?
It's the fear of death.
Yes.
The fear that when you're diagnosed with cancer, it's like a death sentence.
Yes.
When we talk to the women in the community, as soon as you say, what they share with us is, when somebody is told that they have cancer, people will think, oh, that person is going to die. The next thing they think of, oh, that person is being cursed. Yes. It's the beliefs, that person did something wrong. That's why she's been punished to get cancer. So the fear of all those makes the person not to come forward and try and look for other things. With cancer, you won't really notice it because there will be no pain. And when pain starts, it's too late.
Did you go through that, people also saying that this is a curse and other things?
Yes, even we hiding, myself and my husband, because we were thinking of that. Oh, the wife, my husband is a Fijian. So my husband don't want the family knows that I'm sick in that situation. So he also hide. We go to this marama, we go to this marama. But he can't hide it anymore. He start calling back his family. So they say, go to. But nothing start. Like I'm late, little bit, I may say I'm late. But the result of going to hospital, if I went to hospital earlier, I think I can do more better. But I went late. But it's not the end of it. I still moving. I still doing things in my hand. I'm still good. Like without one breast, I'm doing things which are marama now, which are women's now having both breasts. I'm still doing better than them.
You're watching Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan. We'll be back after this break.
Breakfast with Budana Penny and Tifa. Good yanders.
It's 21 past 7 and it's Turned Up Tuesday. Turn up.
Good youngers, let's go. Hey! Hi! We just wanted to take this moment to say a big binakawakalibu.
For making us the #1 radio station in Fiji.
Your sport means the world to us.
Thank you for listening in day after day.
I like listening to Breakfast on FM 96. I love all the songs that they play, and FM 96 is one.
We love FM 96.
FM 96.
Our number one.
One thing that draws me to FM 96 is that the content is relatable. They do play all the music that I love.
Part of FM 96 is listening to Penny the Pensaris. And they make fun about my forehead because it sings better than the can.
And you have made us a part of your daily routine.
And we couldn't be more grateful.
Because you make what we do worth it.
Thank you for making us #1
in
Fiji!
क्या आप भी परेशान हैं? क्या आपकी भी लाइफ में ऐसी ही टेंशन है? आपकी परेशानी को कम करने के लिए आ रहा हूं मैं बहुत ही जल्द आपको हंसाने के लिए। रेडियो सरगम और रेडियो सरगम फेसबुक पेज पर बहुत ही जल्द वहीं पर मिलेंगे। हेलो, अरे यार।
Get ready to elevate your event with Total Event Company's top-notch gear hire services. From a stunning 12 by 12 meter adjustable stage and impressive 13 by 13 meter production roof, we've got your event covered. Our gear can fit any venue, big or small. Need tents? We offer 3 by 3 meter pagodas, 6 by 3 meter tents, and a grand 15 by 30 meter marquee tent. Turn your vision into reality. Choose Total Event Company for gear that makes your event shine. Visit the Total Event Company Facebook page or dial 3314766 to get in touch with us.
You're watching Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan. Our guest tonight, Alumita Bera. She's a nurse and project facilitator for Fiji Cancer Society, and also Farnia Simion, who is a breast cancer survivor, and she is also an advocate for Fiji Cancer Society. We were talking about what happens when the news is received. Alumita, you have been a nurse, and for many years you have seen the different types of reactions from the community, the family members when the patients hear the news about cancer? As you said, for some people, they think it's the end of the world for them, end of the road. If you can talk about the situations that you have encountered and the support system that's needed straight away after that.
Thank you, Vijay. Yes, patients, people react differently to the news that they've been diagnosed with cancer. Some will break down and cry. Some will be stubborn and do not want to respond to conversations of people around them. Some people will accept it, but then after sitting and thinking about it for a while, then they start showing signs of either anger or frustration, or they go into tears and blame. Sometimes they blame themselves. So when a cancer diagnosis is given, irrespective of whether it's breast cancer or any other type of cancer, there needs to be counseling. We need to help them understand that it's not their fault that they've been diagnosed with cancer, that it is good to explain the physiology of the disease, what's happening in their body, for them to understand, and then for them to also help make the choices, the decision that can help with their treatment. It's good to include the family, their loved ones, because sometimes they will want to hide it. It's just because of the fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing how long do I have to live, fear of not knowing if they will be accepted in their community, the fear of losing their job. They have so many fears that they go through. What we do at Fiji Cancer, we have a program that we called, that is called palliative care, that we do training for caregivers. And in this training, we share with the people we train that a cancer patient or a person who has been told that they have cancer will go through 4 different kinds of pain. Physical pain, which is the pain they experience with the cancer. Psychological pain is, okay, now I might lose my job. Now who's going to look after my family? If the person is the only source of income in the family, the patient's mind will be thinking, how will I support my family? So they will be going through psychological pain. And then there's social pain. Will I be accepted in my community? Will my family visit me? If it's an older person with their children working, are my children going to accept me? Or will they come and visit me because they're all working? And then spiritual pain, which when they think I've been diagnosed with cancer, they will say, oh, maybe God is punishing me for something that I did. So all these 4 different kinds of pain that these patients go through, we need to address it when they're told the diagnosis. We need to speak to them in such a way that we'll try and meet the needs of these different areas of their life. So that is one thing that is, I think that's an area where we at the Fiji Cancer Society and our public health team, our Ministry of Health team need to work together to address. Because when that is not met, that's where we get all the different kinds of thinking. I'm just going to go to a herbal medicine provider. I'm going to go for traditional medicine. I'm going to do this. So we need to explain all those different things. If we address those things, I think we can get the patient to make the decision that will help them and help us provide the right care.
So Farnia, you were telling us the story. Eventually, after the massages and the herbal medicine, you had to go to the health center. And following that, you got treatment. What happened after that?
Okay, thank you, Vijay. After from Nuffield, and then they booked me for breast clinic. That's the next day. So I went for my clinic. They took out the sample and they tell me that after 2 weeks, they will give me a call back for my result. I was there at home waiting for my result, but only not even 2 weeks, and they give me a call back that they want to see me the next day, 2 o'clock. So I came for that appointment, and they told me to go inside that room. Are you Farnia? Yes, go inside that room. So I went inside that room. So this male doctor came, talked to me. How are you? Like, make me like not too scared. And I said, I'm okay. What you have for your breakfast? So I answer all the questions. And then after that, another female doctor came. They sit together, 3 of us, and they tell me that my result already out. And then I said, okay. And then the doctor told me that you positive cancer. I told, like, I don't want to hear first. Same time I was thinking about my small boy, the one I just gave birth. He still breastfeed that time. And then I look at him with my tears want to come down, but I can see my face in his
glasses.
Yeah. And then I keep on looking at his 2 eyes because I can see my face there. And then I told myself, man, what about if my kid knows that I'm leaving them soon? What's the result of the family? And my husband, if it's okay looking after them again, and I'm thinking how he will get another wife, he can look after these kids the way I look. I was thinking, all that thinking comes same time. I will lose my job and all of this. And these people in my community, I'm staying with my husband's family, and they will think that, she bring a curse to all what she said. I face it. All of that, I face those pain. From physical to all my thinking, I face all of that. All of these people will think I'm having cancer. They will neglect me. How about if I go to church, I will wear such scarf because my hair is falling down, and like after chemo, I was thinking like that. And they keep on calling me Farnia, Farnia 5 times. But I don't know, my ears is blocked. I just look at them, my ears is open, but I can't hear what I can't hear they calling me because of what I think. I'm really scared when I have cancer. I was thinking from there on tomorrow I die. That's all what I think.
The support system being readily available. You said that Fiji Cancer Society tries very hard. Mainly it's through the generosity of others. As you have to also reach out yourself and justify to the government if you need grants. So is the support system readily available?
That's a very good question. The support from the community, yes. The support from government, I'm sorry to say, no, we have to request to get assistance.
So things have not been changing, although we have seen an increase in the number of cases, and even the government says this is a real concern for the country.
You know, Vijay, cancer is the 3rd leading cause of death in Fiji. All cancers, including breast cancer. The government puts it in its report. The Ministry of Health says it in its report. We're wondering, you know, last couple of months we heard the news about the rise in HIV, and when we look at the numbers, they were saying double. I think it was double, 200, 400, you know, compared to 200 the year before. We were looking at our stats and we were saying, If only they look at our stats, if only they see how many more new registered cases of cancer. In 2021, we had around 400 cases, new cases registered. And then we had about 500 then, another 400 plus. In the first few months of this year, we had over 100 new cases. I think it was the first 3 months of this year. Every week we register about 2 or 3 cases. And those are the only people that come to the Fiji Cancer Society. This does not include people that are diagnosed by private practitioners, private hospitals, and other medical centers that belong to the government outside Suva. We have an office in Lautoka that's trying to pick up the numbers from Lautoka, from the west. We have the oncology team in Lambasa that's also trying to pick up the numbers from Lambasa. We feel we've been neglected.
That is scary to say that it's, and the focus is not there at all. Yes. You have to justify if you need money to assist cancer patients.
And we can only go as far as the resources we have.
The system, the support system, you described very well when those 2 doctors, the female and the male doctor, in that room, telling you that news that the result is positive. Everything goes blank. You're thinking about from that point onwards that what life will be like for you and your loved ones. What happened next?
Thank you. They advised me. It's a very good advice. They told me that it's not the end of my journey. I have to go for my surgery, and I have to believe in God, and I have to believe in them, because their job, that's depending what God give it to them. So I just look at them, and I told them, we are just human beings, myself and you as a doctor, but we have to give it back to him. And the doctor said, yes, we work together, Farnia. You come for surgery, that date, this and this, we book you for this date, and we have to do it fast. They never tell me the stage I'm going through, like what stage of cancer. Stage 1, because it's in stages. Stage 1 says, but they want to do it very fast. We look at your situation, we look at yourself now, we have to do your surgery very fast. So, like the way they talk to me, all that negative thinking, I will say that negative thinking about my kids and about my husband too, as a mother and a father to my kids, because all I'm thinking, that's the end of it. I see my graveyard tomorrow like that. After my surgery, I don't live long. And then I just tell them that, okay, thank you very much for the good advice to me, a good counseling to me. I will go for that. I'm coming for my surgery, and I will sign the form in front of me, the one I have to sign. And I will sign that form. So in front of them, I signed the form. But I signed the form, and my tears start coming out. And that female doctor, she called me, Farnia, what happened? We talk nicely to you. You coming for your surgery? I told her, everything is okay to me. But I'm thinking about my small one. He's still breastfeed. He don't want to eat here and there. He still breastfeed. Whatever I want to eat, he always eats with me. When I drink milk, he come. Can I have some? Can I have some? Little bit, mom, please, little bit. So I always share to him. How about if I leave him? And this boy, when I eat, he always come. When I eat, he always come. When the father there, he eats when he's small, he don't bother. just playing. But as soon as I come to the kitchen, he knows that I'm coming. I will eat or I will do my tea. He always here beside me. I will always think about him. How how long I will be here with you people in the hospital? So she told me, depends on we will check your blood level, we will check your pressure, depends on your strength. If everything okay, normal, you do your surgery quickly. But 14 days to 18 days. And then that's more than half a month. And now about my small boy. I always thinking about my small boy. And I just cry for that boy. That's how I feel. I never think about anything else, only that my small boy.
What are some of the downfalls? You've highlighted that neglect is one. From the national perspective, we need to do more. Action is required. What are some of the downfalls within the community?
I'll say that the lack of the ignorance, the lack of awareness. That's because, for example, when we come to do awareness in a community, only some people will come. Sometimes it's only the women that will come, and the men who are the decision makers in the families, who will say the yes and the no to the money. They don't come. They sit and drink grog somewhere else. And then they don't get to hear the information. When they hear it, they're hearing it from the interpretation of the person who was sitting there listening. Yeah? That's one of the things we feel that's affecting the program or the awareness or people changing awareness into action. The cultural beliefs, traditions. Sometimes, because when we'll talk about breast cancer and other cancers, when we go to a Fijian village, if there's, that taboo system of that traditional, that's something that's also affecting the people coming in to see. Because they come at the door, they see somebody sitting there, that's their taboo in relationship. They step out again. They don't come. So they miss out on the information. So for now, I think what we are trying to do is ask the people, we've come here so many times, you've heard the information, the drawback is, why aren't they doing anything about it?
So ignorance being
yes.
a real issue in the community. Yes. It's all out there in terms of awareness, but people are still ignoring. Yeah. That's what you can see.
And can I just add, Vijay, sometimes when people go into awareness, we speak at the level, we use the language that miss the people. If we use medical jargon, we'll miss the lay people who went to school and left school maybe at class 8 or class 6. We have different levels of education in the community. And when we speak at the level that is too high, they will not understand. So maybe it's a time to reflect and look back at how we pass the message. Maybe for us professionals, let's really look at our message and bring it out to the community in simple terms for them to understand and not speak medical jargon. For people in the community, make use of the opportunity that presents itself when people come to raise awareness, and come in with programs.
Mode of communication, including language.
Yes.
What matters most is the message is clearly communicated that people understand. Now, in terms of when your treatment started and going through the process, you said your surgery was done here in Fiji?
Yes.
So you didn't have to go overseas for any treatment?
No.
So when did that process take place, and how long did it take place for?
It took me 2 years for my surgery. 2019, 2020, and then 2021. And then the surgery, like they pushed me for my surgery during that COVID. My doctors keep on calling me at home. I can't stay at home anymore. I have to come to hospital. So they sent the ambulance right to Tamapua, Tatirua. So that's the time I came and I did my operation on 2021. And that 2021, my boy is 1 year, 8 months, around that time. He's still breastfeed. While I was in hospital, it's very hard to take time to go for surgery room. Sometimes they close the surgery room because one COVID patient there. So my booking always postponed. From this today afternoon, postpone again tomorrow, postpone again, because the COVID patient there, the COVID patient there. That's how my journey is about my operation. But my family, when my husband came, always come and visit, always come with the kids, my 3 girls and my small boy. They run from the main road to the security. Before they come, they give me a call. We are about to reach there. We're not allowed from up there to go down. So what I did, I make friends. I make friends with the security. Even the nurses too, they don't allow us to step out from our bed.
Because of the COVID guidelines?
Yes, because of the COVID. So what I did, the washroom the other side. So that's the only way I have to go, washroom. From there, I walk slowly. When I see the nurse, down to the book, writing or what, or phone, same time I run. I run that passage to the security. I told the security, 1 minute. And what she told me, 5 minutes. When she see all my kids coming, like down in the taxi stand. So I went down there. There's one louvre missing down there. So that louvre can fit my tutu, my other tutu. So I breastfeed my small one there. And this one came, no, like to me, I breastfeed my tears. That's my, I don't want to say it, but that's the journey and he was like, we go home. Why you stay here? We go home. I want to sleep and tutu. That's, it's paining, eh? And, sorry, Vijay. I never tell you, or I never, when I go and do awareness everywhere with the Fiji Cancer Society, I never tell this story. I don't want to come back to my memory again. But thank you, Vijay. The Maram outside there, they should know that as Marama, we are capable in doing everything.
You're a strong woman, a strong mother, a strong wife. You have a good story to tell, which will definitely assist many people who are watching out there. No need to feel emotional about it. It's about you coming out as an advocate to make a difference for people who are out there. That's why we are giving you this platform to talk to the thousands of people out there who will not be just watching an advertisement on cancer, but a real person talking about what you go through, and you can win the fight in terms of surviving. You're watching Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan. We'll be back after this break.
आप देख रहे हैं इसी संडास जो हमारे सुपरस्टार प्रश अभी आकर इस्तेमाल करेगा किसी वक्त अभी लो आ गया सुपरस्टार प्रश
Not following me
again. Sir, जनता जानना चाहते हैं सर अगर जनता जानना चाहते हैं सर अगर rumors true sir.
Hopefully.
Bye. सर एक सवाल एक अब आप देख रहे हैं डॉक्टर के स्टूडियो में हम बन चुके हैं जेसिका जी जेसिका जनता जानना चाहते हैं जेसिका जनता जानना चाहते हैं कि आप कौन सी मेकअप लगाते हैं
आज मैंने तो कोई मेकअप नहीं लगाया लगता
है लगा ले
How dare you DEA
तो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ एसेंट का गाड़ी पड़ा है काफी गर्जी है लेकिन एसेंट साहब एसेंट सर अमेरिका से आए हुए सर अमेरिका का जनता जानना चाहते हैं सर आप हमेशा काला चश्मा क्यों पहनते हैं सर
तो सफेद चश्मा कहाँ मिली सफेद चश्मा देखा कहीं तुम
तुकता क्या को है
Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan, and you're watching our show tonight is focusing on breast cancer. Our guest tonight, Alumita Bera. She's a nurse and project facilitator for Fiji Cancer Society, and Farnia Simion. She's a breast cancer survivor and a strong advocate for Fiji Cancer Society. We were talking about drawbacks. When you are going into the community, Alumita, how's the buy-in? What are the groups or the teams facing when they're going on the ground that you are doing awareness on campaigns or even if you're doing tests?
Yes. I'll share one story that, sometimes when the nurses come to do clinics in the community, they will already have spoken to the Turani Koro. They've made arrangements to work in the community hall. Sometimes we find women try to avoid these programs. I'll share a story about a particular lady who, the nurse coming in was from the same community as this lady. And every time the nurse would come in, this lady would try and avoid the program and go out fishing or go out somewhere else. And then a couple of months ago, this nurse happened to be in our clinic at the Fiji Cancer Society. She looked out and she saw this lady coming down the hill. She opened the door and greeted her and said, "Oh, good, welcome. Are you coming here for screening?" She thought the lady was coming in for breast cancer screening or cervical cancer screening. When she said those greeting words to this lady, the other lady just burst into tears. She said, "What's happened? What's wrong?" And the lady said, "No, the doctors from the other side, they have sent me here to register because I've been diagnosed with cancer." So, that's one of the stories I would like to share, because if we're trying to avoid the nurses, maybe they are coming at the right time for you to be diagnosed and for you to be treated, because the early diagnosis is the best care we can give you. When you're diagnosed early, there's so many things the doctors can do to help you. We hear Farnia's story, but early diagnosis is the best prevention we can do. So, and some other things that we face is, if there's a function happening somewhere else, one big songo, maybe a wedding or table, people will choose to go to that instead of coming for the health team. Even though we try and organize with the Turanikora, sometimes we do not get the true picture of what is happening in the community. Sometimes it's the weather. I'll say, for example, in Navosa, 3 things that affects people coming in for programs. One, the network up there is not very good. If it rains, or sometimes it doesn't work at all. So they go and find a spot where the network, where it catches, then that's when they can make a call. So when we send messages that teams are coming, it's not getting through because of the network issues. And when it rains, there's flooding. And for some villages up in Navosa, you have to cross the river so many times before you get to the village. So when the weather is not favorable, you cannot get through to the people. Also, they have every morning the transports of the trucks from the various villages up in the interior. They come down to town. They bring the school children. They bring the workers down. They come down to the main town, which is Singapore, which means there's no other transport up there. So if there's an emergency, there's no transport to bring them down. I mean, these are the different things that people face up there in the community. So it will affect their coming in to find, to find care. They're coming down to get treatment or to come down for programs like that. Yeah? So apart from their own personal or family things that they have to deal with, these are other things that affects their decision to come in to do health-seeking behaviors. Those are some of the things we face here.
And all is linked to action, as you were saying.
All is linked to action.
Fania, in relation to you shared about your story where you had your treatment and you, of course, came out of the hospital after that. I'm sure people are wondering how is life after your surgery.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay. After the operation, they took me back to my bed. No one there to care for me. No one allowed to come and stay with the patient that time during COVID. So I have to stay like that, naked, that same, the dress they give it for operation. I'm still wearing that. I can't move around. I need support. I need help, but the nurses have to do that. So I ask favor from the doctor when they come. I tell them I need someone to stay with me. Even my husband too, they're not allowed to come up. My kids, after operation, I really want to see my kids, but they are not allowed to come. So I ask the doctor favor that one of my auntie can come and just freshen me up there. So they allow that. They sign the form there's another form to sign that. And then back to this, those who on duty that time, sign the sister, said she have to come. But when she will come, it's past for her to come. I call, you can come now. What they did, they have to test for COVID. She left 2 o'clock afternoon in her house, Watuanga, to the hospital. And then from there, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, night time, she came to my ward. I was like that. I want to eat. I can't do anything. I just wait for her to come up and then dress me or wipe me or whatever. That's the worst thing, during operation. And from there, I'm glad, I'm thankful too to God that she have a chance to come up. And all of these patients opposite me, beside me, they just cry. Hale, sister, Wawa, because so many to look after.
And during COVID, that was a different situation with so many patients.
Yes, that's compare now, people coming here. But during COVID, it's not allowed to anyone to. And the shift of the nurses, like only two nurses there to look after this patient. To me, it's not enough. But you can't do much. The government can't do much to put 10 nurses in one room. No. How many rooms there? 3, 4 rooms, 2 night shift nurses in one desk. That's not enough. But we can't do much. That's during COVID. I faced that. But I'm so lucky. In my room, we got 8 beds. I'm the only one. I can bring my auntie up to that, beside me. And my auntie, what she did, she bathed me, everything, dressed me, comb my hair, bed to bed. Because no one can come up and look after this. After myself, another bed, another. Auntie come and she look after this. You know what I mean? Like during this operation, like during these hard times, you need someone to be with. But my journey is very totally different. Those who have the operation after the COVID, I don't think so they face a lot. Because during COVID and this normal period, it's totally different. Like you see everybody to visiting hours at this time, 1 hour, your family there, your husband, your kids there. But COVID time to me is very hard for me. Very hard. So I was thinking, I can't make it. I just pray hard to God that I can reach home. I can go home.
Did you get COVID while you were in hospital?
I was. Before, that's why it's a drag. Because of the family, they came home. We didn't know they having COVID. So by the time they called me that I'm coming for surgery, the group of, they came and do the testing. But after my test, they called me after 2 days and they said, your surgery or your operation date has been postponed because you have COVID. So we postponed to next week. Like it's been dragged because I have COVID and this but it's not like when I have COVID, I'm okay. Like I'm normal. But like I'm having COVID in their testing. But I never lie down like a COVID patient or what. I never feel anything. I just go like they said I'm having COVID. But I never feel anything.
And how's your family now after you finished the treatment and you left the hospital?
When I left the hospital, I was so skinny. Even when I having the sickness, I compare my tutu is bigger or it's the size of my tutu like it's. When they look at me, they say like something wrong with my breast because I was so skinny. They can only see my tutu. That shows how skinny am I. When I walk, I always put a shower like this. Or my cardigan, I put my 2 ends inside like this. But when they look at me at the back, I'm so skinny. But then when they look at me in front, I'm that big because of my breast. When after operation I reach home, I was lie down on the bed. I was grateful to my husband. He was Venkaravi everything. He bathed me, he feed me, he changed me, everything. When my clothes they are wet, I only lie down. I can't. My drainage, what you call that, to take out the bad blood, I'm still carrying it. Because I asked them, I can do it at home. Because I can't stand more another day, another night in the hospital. So I asked if I came from the doctor. I can do this changing at home. And they said, we know you want to go home. I want to go home. My husband can Venkaravi me. I can do this, all of this. And they agree for that. But I'm not supposed to go home there. So I went home and he did all of that. He bathed me. I eat on time. He comb my hair, everything. And our kids, they are small. Look after the kids, look after myself, look after the kids. No one to come. We just do it on our own. We believe that when people knows, our neighbor knows, like there's a curse in the family. We believe that. And we just pray hard. Like every second, when I open my eyes, I just thank God. When he went, time for you to drink your medicine. Same time I open, I thank God. Like God to me, like that's my, like everywhere God. Before I sleep, God. Like my first language or what? That's God. When I call my son, don't God, look after him, God, look after him. Like to me, to my God, I'm very close to my God. Very close that time to my God. So my husband, like he did everything. Sometimes he come to me and I just hold her hand. I told him, thank you very much. Even my family, my real family, they never come. But he always there for me. That's what the support of your husband. And not only him, the kids too. When my husband is a tuirarain to Kanaisuva, is a turangani koro too. And how busy himself every day. It's really busy. Even the liuliu for the Vanua, he call him, I want to see you now because of this. He have to leave me in that how many hours, and he leave me with the kids. So the support of my kids and him, man, it's really good. They just stay there. My husband wrote up, she will drink the medicine this time, this the bottle of water. And if she can't drink this, the straw, you put the straw in the bottle, give it to. They really they really look after me very well. But what about those maramai, those mothers having their surgery? The husband went a drink wrong. They left like that, you know. Like I compare myself to them. From that time until now, the skinny I was that time, and now, man, I never take my photo during surgery and my figure that time. I really figure one, you know, because, you know, not eating well and that pain and then lose weight a lot. When people saw me from that time until now, they can't believe that Farnia standing in front of them. They can't believe. In that church, I never go to church regularly because of this. I was thinking these people will be, Rantini Tirara coming and she's having cancer and she bring the curse to the family. I always think like that. But I share this Bible. This is my favorite. That's why I wrote it. Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verse 7 to 8. It says, be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be the healing to your flesh and refreshment to your soul. This is my Bible verse. I always take it. And I believe, when I saw this Bible verse, and I believe our eyes, when we see somebody in our eyes, is not good. And it's controlling our body all. After that surgery, 3 days and lie down on bed, and we went Lotumasmos early in the morning. I take a walk with my husband to the church. Only 2 of us in the church. We thank God for everything, this and this. And then we came back. I never go to church, the full service, the 10 o'clock service. Everybody knows that I'm still in bed. They didn't know that I went 4 o'clock to the church to go and thanksgiving to God for all what He did to me. And then I came back. And then after 2 weeks or after 3 weeks, they noticed that I already discharged. I was at home and they come and do what you call it, the physical and all of this. But I'm well. My drainage already out. I'm doing the washing of the plates inside the house. I'm sweeping the house. But still I have the wounds there. But still I can do something. But the most important thing, we have to give it back to Him. That's how I believe. I give it back to Him. I know I lose everything. I lose my job. I lose all my friends. I lose what I always do with all my, my maram. I lose everything. I stay on my own and I try to gain back what I lose. But to me, I can't. But what God can do. See what I am. From nothing, from that surgery, back home, after the next day, I'm nothing. I lose everything. Lose all my happiness with my friends and all the judgment. I lose everything, even my job. My husband is not working that time. He just look after me. We lose everything. But one thing I thank God, how the food there? How come the food come home? How come this? It's all like I all thank God. Why I thank God too? This Fiji Cancer Society, they enter there. All my struggling in pain and what I was supposed to, they deliver groceries, they deliver my food, which enough for me and my kids in a month. Think about that. I thank the Fiji Cancer Society. My wheat bix there for my small boy, they drop it for me. But my small boy, he can have it too. They drop the fruit, the crops, all the vegetable, the rice, the sugar, everything. One full shopping. That's like can take us a month or more than a month. Thank you, Fiji. Thank Fiji Cancer Society. During my hard time, Fiji Cancer Society always there. Even my clinic, this Fiji Cancer Society, take me in the taxi from home to, even if I don't have no taxi available, they are all busy. They came in their own transport to come and pick me for all of this. Sorry, I keep on talking.
No, that's a beautiful story that you've managed to come out of this great fight that you've had, and as you rightly put it, yours is a different story because when you had the surgery during COVID-19, there were a lot of issues happening while you were inside the hospital, even around the country. Fiji was in a different state back then with a lot of challenges. So we can, I think everybody watching that can attest to that as well. In terms of counseling and emotional support, as Farnia has shared, it is so important to have that counseling and emotional support. If not, that can make you give up. Do you think enough is being done? And sometimes it is never enough. What are your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you. It's never enough. Because that's an area where we, even us at the Fiji Cancer Society, need help. We do the best we can to counsel the family, to counsel our patients. But I'm sure the team, even in the ministry, plus our team at Fiji Cancer, we just work from experience. But if we're talking about professional counseling, that's where we need assistance. That's where we need help.
Hey, let's finally, your message to the community and other stakeholders like donors and the government. Farnia, you are a survivor. You've shared the stories about the challenges that exist. And you also talked about the real need for more support, that information can go to the community and action is taken. And also in relation to the hardship that is faced, the fear resulting in people even turning to herbal medicine, which is not the cure for cancer. What is your message, or what is your call to the community and other stakeholders like donors and the government?
Thank you, Vijay. First of all, my best advice first to all the mothers outside there. Have a time and get a time within your busy hours, within your family or whatever you're doing at home. Come and do that checkup. Come and do come to Fiji Cancer Society. They can do it for free. Fiji Cancer Society. Come and do your testing there to know your body. Because sometimes we just walk, dress up nicely, make up this and this, but we don't know inside it's rotten. And we didn't know. And then after that, after 2 weeks, hey, that lady passed away. But she just walked here, she come to the Songsong ni Maram. This is what happened in Tatirua. In where I'm staying. Like, we should know our body nicely. Eh? And plus that, the donors and from outside, I think by doing awareness, I think by doing this, they can, our voice too, I raise up my voice today like in a humble way. Donors outside, our family members and everybody. As you know, you are the Fijian, or as you know that your family suffering from, anyone from your family already passed away because of cancer. Try to donate something. $1. When you give $1, we collect that $1. $1, $10 can make $10 notes. We can collect, we can give something. We don't ask more from the environment, the outside donors or the government. We don't ask more, but we ask from the more you give from your good heart. Will $1 can give it helps a lot to all the patients and all cancer patients outside there. So to me, don't close your hands. You don't have, you have, you give it. Like what I share in the first beginning, I don't have anything. But I can arrange for my friend, my sister having cancer too, and she don't have a fear. So in that way, if we know how we arrange fundraising for, like you give something to those who are in need. It's not only asking from rich companies big money like that, but us, all the environment, all the community members, we can sit together and organize morning tea. And then they just come and drop a 5 cents, $1 there. We collect this money every year. We can get something to, because plenty Fiji Cancer Society, they look after. Not only the urban areas from Suva area, they look after those patients in Kandavu, Rotuma, out in Lambasa, Tavioni. So how these people manage? Even myself, when they call, Farnia, we need your help to cut the ribbon, that pink ribbon. I sacrifice all my time because they were there during my hardship. I do everything. Even last week during our Songsong Marama rally, I asked my husband, Isatira, can we invite Fiji Cancer Society to do the awareness here? And he said, yes, that's a good idea. From him, and then I direct to Tala. I want Fiji Cancer. That's my, sorry, it's not from from our Liu, that's from me. Because I know I've been through all of this, and I know the Marama should know something about breast cancer, cervical cancer, all these kind of cancers. And they came, Fiji Cancer Society, they came, they do awareness in my church. And when they left, plenty question came up. Thank you, Farnia, for doing. We just know like this cancer. That's how we reach outside, and and then I told them, Kere, we can arrange something to support, not the society, but to support the patients outside there. That's how I arrange outside from there.
Project Facilitator, you've seen a lot, and as you said, there's a lot yet to be done. What is your message to the community and other stakeholders like donors and the government?
For me, I'd like to share that, we have a unit at the center that's called, it's for patient support, especially for patient support. And looking at that, we've used like a staggering amount of about 386,000 for patient support. And what I would like to stress here is, even though that money sounds a lot, I want us to look at the lives behind those numbers, that for that number, there are lives that have been prolonged a little bit with comfort. There are families who have had some more time to spend with their loved ones. There are individuals who have been diagnosed with cancer, who have been relieved of the pain that they go through in cancer. There are children who are able to live a little bit longer with their loved one, maybe their mom, or they are dead. And also parents who can see their child grow for a little bit longer. So for the amount of money that you may hear in the news or people talk about that they give to Fiji Cancer, please remember the lives that are behind those numbers. And for the donors, I will say thank you to the donors who have supported us. We hope that you will continue to support us because we don't know who's going to be the next patient, whether it's going to be us or a relative, because cancer does not discriminate. Cancer does not sleep. Yeah? So the amount of money we receive and everything that we do is done through your generosity, the generosity of individuals, the generosity of the business owners, the friends and relatives out there. And if there's a wish that I will say here is, I wish we could just all work together and fight this fight against cancer, so that no one fights alone, and that we help make Fiji a cancer-free society.
Thank you, Alumita. That's Alumita Bera. She's the nurse and project facilitator for Fiji Cancer Society, and Farnia Simion, the breast cancer survivor and also a strong advocate for Fiji Cancer Society. Thank you very much for sharing your story tonight, and I'm sure that the people will be reaching out and focused on the information that you've received, that you've imparted to them. Until next week,